when I went back into sales, I was super rusty, right? So like my close rate initially, that first 4 to 6 weeks, like I was fucking struggling. I was getting on as the founder, like undercover fucking sales calling, potential students. And like I wasn't closing them. And I was like, what am I doing wrong? Like, I used to do this all the time, and I was probably only closing about 20% of my sales. Hands up here if you've gone through a sales slump where you've kind of struggled to convert clients. Just it doesn't matter what you say, what you do. Like comment me in the chat, what you say, what you do on the phone, it just doesn't fucking work, right? We've all been through there. But what I realized after 4 to 6 weeks of like that first 4 to 6 weeks, I reckon I did about like fucking 100 grand in revenue on, about a 20-25% conversion rate on a bunch of calls, is that there was some things that I was missing in the sales process. And over time, as I've done more and more of this, I've developed a framework. We're actually in the moment, I'm at the moment recruiting a new sales manager, because I feel like right now there's 3 of us that kind of do sales for Clean Health. The part that I do, not too much. I'm ready to pass this over. So I think that's another thing that you can see from a revenue standpoint, like we're an 8-figure business. Like we're quite a large, we're not a small business. We're not a super large business like an NASM or ISSA, but I mean, we're a medium-sized business, right? But even on that type of scale, like I'm still happy to get my hands dirty as a CEO. And I think that's one thing where a lot of business coaches and mentors and stuff like that in the industry, they'll be like, outsource, outsource, outsource. And don't get me wrong, there is a time and place to do that. But what I've realized that when it comes to sales, when it comes to revenue, if you are the best closer or one of the top 2 closers in your business, then it's probably one of the last things you palm over. Right? Because if I was to give that to someone else, like my other sales rep wouldn't have done that much revenue. They would have done about 1.6. So for me, 141 hours spent over a 10-month period, that's 14 hours a month or 3.5 to 4 hours a week. Does that seem like, for $17,000, $18,000 per hour, does that seem like a good use of my time, spending 3 or 4 hours a week doing that? Yeah, because I'm not having to pay any fucking commissions on it either. Right? So I wanted to kind of preface that and as well, just to kind of give you guys like, I'm not, what I'm about to teach you is not from a place of, oh yeah, I did it back in the day, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, like this has been over the last 10 months.